Hello, my darlings, and welcome the frick back. We are here to listen to Linkin Park. This is the official visualizer for the song called Unshatter, and it shattered my brain. Emily's vocals are just absolutely stunning, and the song itself is very relatable. So before we jump into this reaction, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that said, let's freaking go. Oof. Those vocals were Emily, I guess. Such a fun mix of Emily's vocals, which are so freaking gritty, like on the precipice of harsh vocals, and then you've got Mike, rapping his verses as well. It's super fun, and it's got like this kind of upbeatness. I will never ever put it back together. I should have known better. You're lying. Maybe I made it more complicated than it had to be. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it's taken something out of me. Maybe I'm too patient because I waited until now to see. Take what you say and I'll ruminate away reality. Oh! Okay, the rhyming in this. Very, very fun. But we'll never put it back together. I should have known better. You were lying. And then it goes into the chorus. Unshatter the picture I was trying to see myself in. Unshatter the promise that I couldn't help believe. The promise that I couldn't help believe. I don't know how it got so cold, but my chest is a hole and the hole won't fill in. Unshatter me. So really, kind of it sounds like to me when you're in a relationship and things, it almost seems more like a reflection of a relationship that's broke. Like Unshatter the picture I was trying to see myself in. So like I was imagining something beautiful probably, and it's all shattered, it's all broken. And then unshatter the promise that I couldn't help believe. Like you made promises and I couldn't help myself but believe it, even though if she's saying the promise I couldn't help believe, it's like, okay, well then you probably had a feeling that it was not gonna end up the way you wanted it to. But there's always that what if hope, of like, I know their track record, but what if this time it's different, And then it says, I don't know how it got so cold, but my chest is a hole and the hole won't fill. Unshatter me. And then in the pre-chorus that is said a couple times, but we'll never ever put it back together. I should have known better. You're lying. And that's the thing though, is like when people are, in love or love someone, whether it's romantic, platonic, family, etc., you always a lot of times, like you see the best in that person, and you always think that they're gonna do the better thing. You're in love with the version of the person that isn't real. You're in love with the person of the version of the person that would be there, would follow through with what they say, or et cetera, So I should have known better. You're lying. The picture I was trying to see myself in. Unshatter me, or unshatter. Promise I couldn't help believe. So it's And then even when you go into the first verse of Mike Shonda, it says, maybe I made it more complicated than it had to be. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it's taken something out of me. Maybe I'm too patient because I waited until now to see. Take what you say and I'll ruminate away reality. And so like maybe I'm too patient because I waited until now to see is kind of like that feeling of, you have that gut feeling that things are just, they don't work anymore, but you're patient. You're wanting them to make those better changes that you've probably asked them time and time again, but unfortunately people don't change unless they want to, and there's nothing you can do to make them change. It's their responsibility. And then take what you'll say and I'll ruminate away reality. It makes me think of like, I'll take something you say that sounds like really nice and wonderful, and I'll just sit there and daydream about, what could be. But this is, and then also just like with Mike rapping and Emily and her really gritty vocals, like this is very fun. And relatable. I was waiting patiently, saving judgment for too long. When the hesitation was set the stage that I'd lose on. You were only aiming and pressing, blaming and move on. You just turned the tables and made my right to a new wrong. And we'll never ever put it back together. I should've known better, you're lying. Ugh. Voice, man. Oh my gosh. That was so like, oh, chilling. Jesus. My God. Okay, her voice is just so emotive. That section there was like overstimulating for me, and I didn't expect it to, but just the way that she built that up, where in the beginning she's like really breathy and like, you don't own me, and then building up, kind of like almost like building up that courage, to that end portion where she's like, you don't own, like, but obviously she's going for it. She's not whispering like I am. And just like, oh my God, it gave me chills. I felt like my freaking shoulders were up to my ears, because that was like it for me. I was just picturing this like intense cathartic release of emotions, like the way that she's singing it, and I can just imagine, blasting this in my ears and having that kind of moment for people to be, like get your head out of your butt and be like, you know what? Oh, you know, I don't owe you anything. You don't know me. Blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. But because, like, the whole song, both Mike and her are kind of talking about, you know, like, you're lying. Like, I was I was too patient. Like, this took something out of me. I, like, believed everything that you said. And then you get to that portion and it's like, you don't know me and I don't owe you anything. You know, it's kind of like, you know what? It's so, I love saying this, but like, it's a you problem, honey. It's not a me problem. It's not a me problem anymore. So bye bye. You know, like it's, taking back the power of, you know, what's been taken from you in that relationship, you know. I that was sick. That was sick. And Emily's vocals just like, ugh, my god. But thank you so much. This came out like super recently, so if you haven't checked it out for yourself, go check it out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you cutie patooties in the next one. Bye.